Hello, my name is Sakshi Nitinrao Deshmukh and my topic name is Radioactive Waste. Content: Introduction, Sources, Classification, Management of Radioactive Waste. Introduction: Radioactive waste is a type of hazardous waste that contain radioactive materials. Radioactive waste is a result of many activities, including nuclear medicines, nuclear research, nuclear power generation, rare earth mining, and nuclear weapons reprocessing. The storage and disposal of radioactive waste is regulated by government agencies in order to protect human health and the environment. It is broadly classified into low level waste, such as paper, rags, tools, clothings, which contain small amount of mostly short lived radioactively. Intermediate level waste, which contains higher amount of radioactively and requires some shielding, and high level waste, which is highly radioactive and hot due to decay heat, so require cooling and shielding. The time radioactive waste must be stored for depends on the type of waste and radioactive isotopes. Short-term approaches to radioactive waste storage have been segregation and storage on the surface or near surface. Burial in a deep geological responsibility is a favored solution for long-term storage of high-level waste, while reuse and transmission are for solution for reducing the HLW inventory. Sources: Radioactive waste comes from a number of sources in countries with a power plant, nuclear armament, uh, or nuclear fuel treatment plant. The majority of waste organizes from the nuclear fuel cycle and nuclear weapons responsing. Other sources include medical and industrial waste, as well as neutrally occurring radioactive materials. The that can be concentrated as a result of the processing or consumption of coal, oil, and gas, and some minerals as discussed below. Nuclear fuel cycle. Main articles: Nuclear fuel cycle and spent nuclear fuel. See also nuclear power. Front end. Waste from the front end of the nuclear fuel cycle is usually alpha emitted waste from the extraction of uranium. It often contains radium and its decay products. Urbanium dioxide UO2 concentrated for meaning is 1,000 or so times as radioactive as the granite used in building. It is refined from yellow cake U3O8, then converted to urbanium hexafluoride gas UF6. As a gas, it undergoes into increasing the U235 contents from 0.7% to about 4.4% LEU. It is then turned into a hard ceramic oxide UO2 as assembly as reactor fuel element. Classification. Classification of radioactive waste varies by country. The IAEA, which the radioactive waste safety starts, also plays a significant role. The properties of various types of waste generated in the UK. 94% low level waste, 6% intermediate level waste, and 1% high level waste. Mill tilling. Uranium tailing are waste byproduct material left over or the route processing of uranium bearing ore. They are not significantly radioactive. Trailing or are sometimes referred to as 11E2 West from the section of the Atomic Energy Acts of 1946 that defines them. Vast amounts of uranium mills tailing are left and many old mining sites, especially in Colorado, New Mexico and Youth. Low level waste. Main articles. Low level waste. Low level waste is generated from hospital and industry as well as the nuclear fuel cycle. Low level waste include paper, rags, tools, clothings, filters and also other materials which contain small amount of most short-lived radioactively. Materials the organized from any region of the active area are commonly designed as LLW as a transitory means measures ever if there is only a remote possibility to beings contaminated with radioactive materials. Intermediate level waste. Intermediate level waste contains higher amount of radioactive compared to low level waste. It generally requires shielding but not cooling. Intermediate level waste include resins, chemical sludge and metal nuclear fuel clouding as well as contaminated material from reactor decomposing. It may be solidify is contract or bitumen or mixed with silica sand and vertify for disposal. As a general rule, short-lived waste, mainly non-fuel materials from records. It buried in a shell respectively with while long-lived waste from fuel and fuel responsing is dependent in geological repository. Management of radioactive waste. Radioactive waste measurement refers to the safe treatment, storage, and disposal. Solid or gas discharge from nuclear industry operations with the goal of people and the environment. Radioactive waste of various types results from any activities that makes use of nuclear materials including medical and industrial uses. However, nuclear energy it is most important source of the such waste because of the large volume generated and its long-lived nature. Whether their origin, radioactive waste has been managed safety and economically. In general, radioactive waste is separated into three categories: low level waste, intermediate level waste, and high level waste. Depending on its level of radioactive and the length of time it remains hazardous. Disposal of the and most IL is a mature parties while most is safely stored in dedicated facilities. The permanent disposal of in the deep geological repositories is accepted to be particles by the scientific and technical community, but has yet to be accepted by civil society in many countries. Thank you.